Well, folks, it's coming up in the holiday season. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year. Around the Mitchell table years ago, there always used to be a debate. Are we going to have pecan pie or are we going to have pumpkin pie? Well, I've decided to solve that forever. What we're going to make today is a creation called the Mama Mabel's Boy Pecan-Pumpkin Pie Cheesecake. We're going to have a collusion of flavors here. To start with, you've got to make a crumb for this cheesecake. The way I did that, I got some English shortbread, Walkers, and I put them in my grinder and I ground them up into a nice crumb, and then I added some pecans to it. This is probably about maybe 2 1/4 cups of crumbs with some pecans in there. Then I added a 1/4 cup of sugar and about a teaspoon of salt. Now to this, we're going to add 1 cup of melted butter. Mix this all up together, and this is going to be the crust for this delicious cake. See how it's getting just nice and moist in there? That's what we want. Now, if you're going to make a cheesecake, you got to have a springform pan. This was the old-fashioned springform pan that we all used to use right here. Notice how this is flimsy though. Look at this. And notice one thing, this does not have handles on it, which makes it more difficult to put in the oven. I found this new springform pan here, which is nice heavy steel. It's got handles and it's got a glass bottom which you can serve your cheesecake on. First thing we've got to do to this pan is let's give it a nice generous coating of spray all around the edges. And we're going to put our mix in here. Now, we're going to take something here and just kind of pat this down nice and firm. I've got my oven here preheated to 350 degrees, and we're going to bake this for about 15 minutes to get it started. Let's get started with the cheesecake. So I've got 3 bars of nice Philadelphia cream cheese here, no low fat, high fat. So let's get this in here. Now we're going to add to that 1 cup of sour cream. Your cream cheese and your sour cream all need to be at room temperature. That'll make it mix smoother and it'll also help keep the air bubbles out of this. Let's add 4 eggs, a tablespoon of cornstarch, a tablespoon of pumpkin spice, 1 cup of good old sugar, about 3/4 of a cup of canned pumpkin, I forgot to take this out. Problem. Hopefully there's no wooden splinters in there. So here we go. Nice, creamy flavor. There's the cheesecake. Let's carefully remove our crust using the handles. Handles, isn't that nice? And put that there. Then the next thing we're going to do is we have this roasting pan and we poured water in it, and we're going to get this nice and warm. And we have that up on a little tray there so that pan will sit on that. We want to get that warm. Now by preheating that warm stuff in the water bath, that's going to help prevent our cheesecake from having cracks in it. It's going to keep it very moist. So now we've got this beautiful crust here, and let's just pour the cheesecake in. Now, what I like to do is just kind of gently, that's hot. Got to remember these things. That's a little extra deleted here. Whew. What we're trying to do here is knock the air bubbles out. All right, now we're going to grab the handle, this time with hot pads, and put our cheesecake right in here. Okay. 70 minutes, 350 degrees, and we're going to have ourselves a cheesecake. Now, while we're waiting for our cheesecake to cook, we got to make a pecan pie sauce for this. And let's get my Swiss diamond pan on the oven here. And notice next to this, I've got another pan with pecans that I'm roasting for the sauce. Remember, this is pecan-pumpkin cheesecake pie. Now, to the saucepan, we're going to add 3/4 of a stick of butter and melt that. And we're going to keep stirring the pecans from time to time here, because otherwise they'll burn very quickly, so keep these moving around. And then to the melted butter, we're going to add 1/4 cup of brown sugar and get that in, and stir that. And then finally, 4 to 5 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream to keep this thin. We stir that, and then, optional, of course, we have a little bourbon here, maybe a jigger of that to give it that nice bourbon flavor. And finally, we add the toasted pecans and we stir until it gets nice and bubbly. And then we pour this into a container and put it in the fridge and save it for further use when we put it on top of the cake at the end of the process. See you in about 70 minutes. All right, it's been 70 minutes now. We're going to turn the oven off, and now we're going to open the door, but we're not going to take the cheesecake out. We're just going to let it sit for about an hour with the door open. By letting it cool this way, it's going to help prevent cracks. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, look at that. Now, it's got just a little bit of a crack here, but that's okay. It's not going to affect the flavor whatsoever. Now, you can see how this cheesecake is pulling away from the rim, and that's good. Let's just put a piece of tin foil over this, and here it goes into the fridge. Now, this has been sitting in the fridge for about 6 hours. You could leave it overnight. One of the nice things about cheesecake, you can keep it in your fridge for several days and it's going to be delicious. It might even get better with time. First thing we have to do now is release the lever. Pull it all the way back. See how that just released perfectly there? And we lift it up. And what do we have here? We've got a gorgeous cheesecake, a pumpkin pecan cheesecake. And it's sitting on a glass deal here, which makes it a nice thing. Vanna, where's my assistant? Vanna, please hand me the tray. I have an assistant, it's a great secret. Okay, and we'll set this right here. Look at that. Huh? How's that looking? Remember that pecan pie topping that we made with the pecans and everything? Well, it's time to put that on. And look at that. Now we've got it, this beautiful pie. Is that just gorgeous? Well, that's it for today. Remember, like Mama Mabel's boy always says, a clean kitchen is a happy kitchen. Come on in here, Vanna. Let's get this cleaned up. Adios. Yum, yum. See you next time. Here you go, Vanna. You want a bite? I hope you liked this foods video. If so, there's a lot more at mamamablesboy.com. About 25 great recipes, many of them just perfect for the holidays. See you soon. Thanks for watching.